स्वाध्याय टीवी डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Namaskar friends, I Dr. Himanshu Patel welcomes you from the Chaitanya studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. We are on lecture series regarding mobile application development. Today before we start our lecture, let us look at the previous lecture content. In last lecture we have discussed user interface overview, then layouts, input controls. We specifically concentrate on two controls, button control and text field. We also discussed what is event, how to handle event using event listener, and today now we start how to use these control for creating user interface. So let us start how to use these two control in our application. So here I have created one demo application for you. Our interface, we want to create these application. So here you can see this is an example of simple calculator. Here first, if you look at it mouse pointer, the first line is enter number 1. This is called text view control, which is used to display text. Then there is a text field or edit text control which accepts number 1 from user. Third line is enter number 2, which is actually it should be number 2. So it accepts number 2, and finally this result is again text view and answer is also text view. So here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 text view control, 2 edit text control, and here you can see 2 buttons with caption addition and subtraction. Whenever I press addition, it will give me addition of these two numbers entered by user, and when I press subtract button, it gives me subtraction of number 1, number 3 subtracted from number 1. So result is minus 10.2, 10.5 minus 20.7 equals minus 10.2. So let us create one project and develop this simple application that make use of text view, edit text and button control. So let us start. So here is a Android Studio welcome screen. We want to create new application. So I press start a new Android Studio project, and we have already discussed how to create these kind of application. So here I entering all the required data. Here I using phone and tablet option is selected, and I use API 8 or Froyo version of Android. So my application runs on every devices. Then I press next. Here I select blank activity, then I press next, and my activity is calculation activity. So I give name calculation activity, then I press finish. So it will create one project for me. So it starts creating project for us. Now once it is done, this welcome screen goes and Android Studio ID screen will open with content that we have specified. It creates activity for you, one blank layout for you, and then you can easily start your app. So here I am changing our API level to 8 and version to 2.2. So this is a blank screen. Here we want to place all the content that we have seen in this emulator. So according to this screen we will design our interface. So first, this layout is by default relative layout. You can see over mouse pointer. This layout is a relative layout that we can see in component tree. So first I would like to change this layout to linear layout, because here every control is rendered in horizontal lines. So this kind of layout is called a linear layout. So I will change this relative layout to linear layout from this XML file. So here I am changing relative layout to linear layout. I can take control spacebar for autocomplete option. So you can see here the ending tag is automatically changed to linear layout. So this is how you can change layout to linear layout. Now again we go to design mode. Here you can see now it is changed to linear layout, but all components are arranged vertically. So we change that to horizontal or vertical from here. So I take one plain text view here and set its text property to enter number 1. So I can change ID as a txt1 and I can write down text as a enter number 1 from here. Now I can also change these text by double clicking on these control. So you can see here it displays text and ID property. So you can quickly set text and ID property from here. Suppose I want to make this text larger, then I can set text size property. So here is a text size property. I change font to 30. So now you can see it shows larger text. I can set text color by using RGB code. So it sets red color for me. Suppose you don't know this hex code, then you can click on over here and you can select color from these and then press OK. So alternatively you can also change color from this color palette. Now I want to enter text. So here there are various text fields are available. We want to enter number, so that it allows us to enter any number. So I select this number and I drag this over here. So suppose I want to set default text as a 0.0, then I can click over here, press text as a 0.0 and I want to rename these edit text as a txt number 1, because these ID we refer in programming. So first edit text ID is txt no1. So we have created one text view, another is a edit text, which is a text field where you can enter number. Whenever you select this number type edit text, it will automatically change keyboard layout to number. So you just allowing user to enter number only. Again I am dragging one plain text view over here. Now I set its text to enter number 2. So, here you can see enter number 2. Again I want to change its text color and text size. So, I will set text size as a 30 and text color I can change from this color. So, we have created another text view. Now, again we want to enter number 2. So, we will use number text field and again setting its default text to 0.0 and id to txt number 2. So, we can easily remember that first edit text id is txt number 1, that you can see from component tree, and another text field name is txt no2. Now, we want to display result. So, for that caption we use plain text view. So, I am dragging one plain text view over here, set its text to result and set its text style and color. So, I am changing its text color to red and text size to 30. Now, we want to display result. So, no one can able to edit result. So, for actual result we are using plain text view, because in plain text view you can display text, but you cannot enter value. So, it is a read only text field. So, here we set results to 0.0 and set its id to txt no3. So, again we want to change its size to 30. So, here write down 30. Now, user can enter number in first edit text, in second edit text, and now whenever user clicks buttons with addition caption, he can get addition in last text view, and whenever user press subtract button, it will get subtraction of number 1 and number 2 into these edit text. So, I am dragging two buttons. So, here I am dragging first button and set its caption to addition and its id to btn add. So, by convention we can write down btn for button, txt for edit text, so that we can quickly identify this is button, this is text view. So, we will use this convention. Likewise, you can change its text color or background. So, here you can select text color, and likewise you can also change background. So, here you can see one button is there and with caption addition. Now, I am dragging another button for subtraction. So, I subtract these and again setting its background to green and its caption to subtraction, and I give it name button sub, that means subtract. So, here we, to separate these two components, we can place text view in between that. There is no use of these text view, but to separate these two control. Now, I set its text to blank. So, I double click this, set it text to blank and then press OK. So, we have two separated button and I want to set this text color to white. So, I will select white color, then press OK. So, now you can see our interface is ready, and for this interface we have used this activity underscore calculation.xml file, which is already created by Android Studio for us. So, this is how you can create your interface. Now, suppose I want to see this interface into our emulator, how it looks like into emulator. So, you can press this start button. Now, one emulator is already running here. So, it will ask whether you want to launch separate emulator or you want to run your application into existing running emulator, which is this. So, Android will ask that question to us. It starts preparation for executing this application. Remember, we have not write down any code right now. So, this is a running emulator. So, it will ask us to choose a running device or launch emulator will launch another emulator. So, here I am selecting this existing running emulator and then I press OK. So, it will launch my application into this existing emulator. So, let us watch what happens next. So, it is loading this application into emulator and try to load into memory. So, in this run window you can see different types of messages are generated by the Android. So, now we see emulator. So, here our emulator is showing this interface that we have just created. Our application name is calculator. So, here in title it displays calculator. This is the enter number 1, which is in red, is a text view. Enter number 2 is also text view, result is also text view, last is also text view, and these are two buttons that we can click to handle or generate value for these. So, now next we write down code for our emulator. So, by clicking on these mouse pointers icon, you can always accommodate your control to screen size. So, by clicking on these you will always get screen size. So, I am adjusting every control to a screen size. Now, next we write down code for handling these event addition and subtraction. So, you have to remember its name. So, our name is button add, and for subtraction we have name button sub. Now, we go to calculation activity.java file, and here it automatically displays our XML file as a layout or starting screen for our application. So, by specifying these, it will display this layout file. So, here we declare one object of type button because we want to handle button event. So, by pressing control space bar, it will automatically display. So, here I declare button with name add and sub. So, these are two objects representing our button in interface. Now, we have two edit text. So, I declare two edit text with name no1 and no2. So, these edit text will refer to the our edit text in user interface, and I declare one text view that represent our result with name NO3. So, first you have to declare a control that you want to use in your program. So, I want to use 2 button, 2 edit text and 1 text view in my program. So, first I need to declare all these controls that may be required in programming. Next we take reference to these controls. Now, our add button represent button in our interface with name btn add. So, I use one method called find view by id, and every id starts with r.id. So, our name is button add. So, this line tells program that add is a button which represent btn add in our interface. Now, next we declare likewise sub. So, sub is a button that represent button sub in our interface. So, likewise I declare 2 edit text, but that name is NO1. So, NO1 is equal to edit text and it represent txt NO1. So, I can copy this code for another 2. So, here I write down NO2 and here I change ID to NO2, and last I declare NO3, but that is not edit text but text view. So, I declare it to text view and its name is NO3. So, we do 2 things here. First we declare all the controls that we need to use in our program, then we take reference to those control after set content view in on create method of our AP activity life cycle method on create. Inside on create we write down these references after set content view. Now, suppose I want to handle addition event when user click on this addition button. So, I can specify that in on click property of this method how to handle this event click event, that I can specify inside on click. So, either I can write down inside on click that addition add numbers method. So, I have to declare one add numbers method inside activity. So, here I write down add numbers, and same we must specify inside this calculation. So, to handle this addition event, either you write down method name in on click, or there is a separate way to handle event that using event listener that we learn later on. So, for first button we have used on click property, and inside on click property we write down add numbers method. So, inside this Java file we have to declare one method with same name, but it should be public, its return type should be void, and method name should be whatever specify in that property. So, these add numbers and that on click name should match, otherwise, and it is a case sensitive. So, you must accordingly write down. So, here we write down code what to do when user press this addition button when this app is running. So, that we specify inside this method, and method name is specified in on click property of this button. So, here we write down code. Now, what we want to do is when user press this addition button, I want to enter two number here and then I press addition button. So, these two numbers should be fetched inside this method and its addition should be performed, and finally, we display the result in this text view. So, here we write down code for the same. So, here I write down two double variable n1 and n2 that represent our number entered by user. So, n1 is value entered by user in NO first text box, which is a txt NO1. txt NO1 is represented by NO1. So, here I use NO1 dot get text dot toString. Now, what does it mean? So, in Android, these get text method will return method of text of these NO1, which is a nothing but first edit text in our interface. So, NO1 dot get text gives us text which is written inside first edit text and we convert it into string. Now, we require double value in N1 because we do not require string. You cannot perform arithmetic operation on string. So, we declare N1 for that. So, inside N1 we convert this string into double value using double dot parse double. Now, this first double is a wrapper class and parse double is a method that converts string into double value. So, this is how you can convert text entered in first edit text into number represented by N1. Now, likewise I can write down N2, which is double value of number entered in second text box, and now I have two numbers entered by user in first edit text and another edit text. So, I can write down N1 plus N2, which is a sum of these two numbers entered in edit text. Now, I want to display these result into last text view. So, I write down tx NO3. NO3 is our last text view. So, NO3 dot set text and we use string dot value of method for converting number into string. Likewise, double dot parse double converts string into double. Here string dot value of convert these number into string, and that string is a set inside last text view. So, we have code ready for addition. We fetch two number entered by user into edit text and convert it into double using double dot parse double. Then we add two number and finally, we display that number as a string in last text view. Now, we want to check this method. So, again I run this and it will shows our updated apps into emulator. So, let us wait and you can it asks whether you want to run same application into existing emulator. So, you can check these use same device for future launches. So, you can skip this step. So, I pressing OK. Now, it will every time it starts application it try to launch in running emulator. So, here it will display my application. So, it takes some time to load this application into emulator. You can see any message inside this run window. So, this is our updated interface. Again I have to launch. because backspace will result in ending of these. So, when I click these, it will show number, keyboard in edit text. Now, suppose I want to enter 20 here, and then when I press this back button, so it will hide this keyboard, and whenever I should press, it should display 10 plus 20 into last text view. So, here we get 10 plus 20 as a 30. So, this is a one way of handling click event. Let us quickly look at another way of handling click event. So, for second button we will use another way of handling click event. So, in last line of on create method, we write down btn, we have a subtract button. So, we write down sub dot set on click listener. So, we learn about listener in last lecture, that these listener are used to handle click event set on click listener. So, inside that we write down new view dot on click listener, and it will write down code for you. So, here in on click method you have to write down same thing that you write down inside this on click method. So, I copy this code and paste inside this on click, but here we want to perform only subtraction. So, here I write down minus sign, everything else remains same. So, another way of handling click event is you have to take button name, then dot set on click listener, and inside that you have to write down new on click listener, and it will write down code for you, and inside this on click method you have to write down same code that you want to manage for that click event. So, here we want to do subtraction of two numbers entered in two edit text. So, we declare necessary variable, then we declare or fetch value of these edit text in n1 and n2, and then finally we subtract these two numbers, and in last we display this number as a string into last text view. Now, again we want to test this application. So, every time you do modification you have to save and run your application. So, now it will load updated application into emulator. So, you have to watch for these run window for any message. So, you have to watch for any message inside this run window. So, it takes some time to launch these applications. So, here you can see that this is a updated version. So, I write down 15 here and 5 here. Now, I press addition, that we have already seen it is working fine. Now, I press subtraction. So, 15 minus 5 will result in 10. So, here you can handle addition as a on click property method and subtraction using event listener. So, in these example we have seen that we can use text view for displaying message, edit text for entering number or any value, and button can be used to perform certain operation when user clicks on it. And there are two ways to handle click event. One is by specifying on on click property, method name, and you have to write down that method inside activity.java file as a separate method which is public void and takes one argument of type view. So, this is one way of handling your click event, and another view is inside on create. In last you can write down button name dot set on click listener, and inside that you have to write down new on click listener, and it will write down these on click method for you, and in on click you have to write down code for handling your event. We have also seen how to convert number into a string into number and number into string. So, likewise we can also add more buttons like multiply and divide, that you have to perform yourself. So, I hope you get idea about edit text, text view, button, how to create your interface, where to write down your code, and how to handle click event of any button. We also see that components can be arranged in a row by row using linear layout of type horizontal. You can arrange your control column by column also using linear layout. So, I hope you understand the basic controls like text view, edit text and button. Thank you and happy learning.
સ્વાધ્યાય ટીવી